Hello everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. My name is Michael Davis, and today I want to share an experience that taught me a great deal about life, love, and self-respect. It's a story about stepping out of my comfort zone, taking a chance on a new connection, and discovering what I truly value. At 65 years old, I found myself standing at a unique crossroads. After dedicating over 3 decades to teaching high school math, a career I loved, I retired 5 years ago. Retirement brought a sense of peace, but also a lingering emptiness. I now live in a cozy 2-bedroom condo in sunny Florida, surrounded by friendly neighbors and a picturesque view of the nearby park. While my surroundings were idyllic, life often felt a little too quiet. My wife, my partner of nearly 40 years, passed away 3 years ago. She had been my best friend, my confidant, and the person who made life's challenges seem manageable. Her absence left a void that no amount of gardening, reading, or volunteering could fully fill. My only daughter, Sarah, lives in New York, pursuing her dreams in a bustling city far away from the serene pace of my retirement. We talk regularly, and her visits are the highlight of my year, but the distance is undeniable. I had spent the last few years finding solace in solitude. Gardening became my therapy. Watching plants grow under my care gave me a sense of purpose. Volunteering at the local library allowed me to connect with others and stay active in my community. Still, there were moments when the silence of my condo felt overwhelming. I longed for someone to share the little things with. A cup of tea on the porch, a laugh over a silly joke, or a companion for a stroll through the park. It was during one of these reflective moments that my neighbor Linda suggested I try dating again. Linda, a vibrant and social woman who organizes our community events, had always been a source of encouragement. One afternoon, over a glass of iced tea on her porch, she mentioned Christine, a retired nurse who lived just a few blocks away. According to Linda, Christine was kind, intelligent, and also looking for companionship. With Linda's gentle persuasion, I decided to take the leap. After mustering the courage, I called Christine. Our phone conversation was pleasant. She had a warm voice, an easy laugh, and seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. We decided to meet for coffee at a cozy cafe nearby, a place I often visited for its relaxed atmosphere and delicious cappuccinos. As the day of our meeting approached, I found myself surprisingly nervous. The idea of dating felt foreign after so many years, almost like stepping into a world I no longer understood. I spent an embarrassing amount of time choosing my outfit, finally settling on a crisp white shirt and a blazer that had been gathering dust in my closet. I arrived at the cafe 15 minutes early, eager to make a good impression. Choosing a seat by the window, I ordered a cappuccino and waited, my heart fluttering with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. Christine arrived right on time. My first impression of her was overwhelmingly positive. She walked in with an air of confidence, dressed elegantly in a light blue blouse that complemented her warm smile. Her demeanor immediately put me at ease. As she approached, I stood to greet her, and we exchanged pleasantries before settling into our seats. The first part of our conversation was delightful. Christine shared stories from her nursing career, her recent retirement, and her son's move to Chicago for work. She spoke with enthusiasm about her love for cooking and her favorite recipes. I reciprocated by talking about my years as a teacher, my daughter Sarah, and my passion for gardening. We found common ground in our appreciation for quiet moments and the challenges of transitioning from structured careers to the open canvas of retirement. For a while, the conversation felt effortless, like reconnecting with an old friend. But as the conversation progressed, Christine's tone began to shift. The light-hearted banter gave way to a more serious discussion. She leaned forward slightly, her expression soft yet deliberate. "Michael," she began, "I really appreciate your openness and honesty. These are qualities I value deeply, but I believe in being upfront about what I'm looking for in a relationship." Her candidness felt refreshing at first. I thought, this is good. It's better to be clear and honest. However, as she began outlining her expectations, my enthusiasm started to waver. Christine explained her first condition, a 6-month trial period of living together. While unconventional, I could see the practicality of the idea. Living together could help us determine compatibility before making any deeper commitments. However, the next part of her proposal left me stunned. She wanted me to deposit $20,000 into a shared account as a commitment deposit. This money, she explained, would serve as a symbol of my sincerity and seriousness about the relationship. If things didn't work out, she assured me, she would refund the money on a prorated basis. As Christine detailed this arrangement, I felt a wave of emotions: surprise, confusion, and a creeping sense of discomfort. It wasn't the money itself, though $20,000 is no small sum. What troubled me was the principle. Relationships, especially at this stage of life, should be about trust, respect, and shared values, not financial transactions. Her request felt transactional, as though sincerity could be measured in dollar signs. Despite my unease, I kept my thoughts to myself, nodding politely as she continued. Her second condition revolved around a month-long trip to Hawaii. She described her vision with great enthusiasm: sunset strolls on the beach, scenic helicopter tours over volcanoes, and a professional photo shoot to commemorate our bond. While I admired her passion, the expectation was clear. She wanted me to cover all expenses for the trip. "Don't worry," she said with a reassuring smile. "I'll handle all the arrangements. You just need to relax and enjoy." The trip, while extravagant, wasn't what unsettled me most. It was the premature level of intimacy and commitment her proposal implied. We hadn't even spent an afternoon together, yet she was envisioning us as a couple in matching Hawaiian outfits, posing for professional photos. It felt overwhelming and out of sync with where we were. Her third condition focused on finances again. If our trial cohabitation went well and we decided to marry, Christine wanted full control over our household income. She proposed allocating me a small monthly allowance while managing the rest of my retirement funds. Her reasoning was practical. She believed her organizational skills made her better suited to handle money. However, to me, the idea of surrendering control over my finances felt infantilizing and contrary to the principles of equality and partnership I valued. Finally, Christine shared her fourth condition. Even if we lived together or got married, she insisted on maintaining separate bedrooms. She explained that after years of living alone following her divorce, she had grown accustomed to her own space. While I understood her perspective, this request, combined with the others, felt like yet another barrier to building true intimacy. By the time she finished, I realized how incompatible our visions for a relationship were. Each condition seemed designed to benefit Christine without much regard for my feelings or values. What should have been a meeting to explore compatibility felt more like negotiating terms for a business arrangement. I took a deep breath and thanked Christine for her honesty. I explained, as kindly as I could, that her expectations didn't align with what I was looking for. Her expression shifted briefly to surprise, but she quickly nodded, maintaining her composure. We exchanged polite goodbyes, and I left the cafe feeling a mixture of relief and sadness. Later that day, as I sat on my porch sipping tea, I reflected on the experience. It became clear to me that while Christine's conditions might have stemmed from her past experiences, they clashed with my belief that relationships should be built on trust, mutual respect, and shared joy, not rigid demands or financial obligations. I realized that solitude, though occasionally lonely, was preferable to compromising my peace of mind for a relationship that didn't align with my values. This experience reminded me of an important truth. Genuine connection starts with mutual understanding and shared values. For anyone considering a relationship later in life, my advice is simple. Know your worth, trust your instincts, and never settle for less than what brings you peace and happiness.